Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. If you clicked on this video, then you want to make this really cute granny square kind of boho style top. And what's really cool about this project is it's beginner friendly, like absolute beginner. If you've never crocheted before, this can be your first project. I'm going to take you through all the steps of making the granny squares. And if you already have 5 granny squares that you are just having laying around, maybe you started a blanket and you didn't finish, and you have 5 identical sized granny squares, you can make this really easy. So it's really cool to utilize some unfinished projects or even just some yarn laying around that you don't have a lot of colors of. So for this project, you're going to need a couple things. First, you're going to need a 4.5mm hook, pair of scissors, and some needles to crochet needles to weave in your ends. Okay, so for this top I did 4 different colors, and for this top I did cotton weight 4 sugar and cream yarn, but I did make this top in Red Heart Super Saver weight 4 yarn and it worked up the same. So any weight 4 yarn, go for it. I'm going to be using sugar and cream for this one. Now for my granny squares, I have 4 different colors for the inside of the granny square and 1 solid color for the outside. Here's what we're going to be making. This granny square, I did 4 colors and then 2 lines of the outline color, and that's what we're going to do for this. So grab your colors and let's get started. So go ahead and pick your first color. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick this one. We're gonna start with a magic ring. So if you don't know what a magic ring is, it's fine, I'm gonna show you. So you take your yarn, you're going to wrap it over your fingers, and then when you go to wrap it on the other side, you're gonna crisscross it, okay? Take your hook, go under the first yarn, over the second, pull through, twist your hook, go back underneath the second string, and pull that yarn through your loop. Now you have a magic ring. Now if you don't want to do a magic ring, you can chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain and it'll do the same thing. So it's either or works. So once you have your magic ring or your chain ring, you are going to chain 3, 2, 3, and then you're going to place 2 double crochets in this ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2. And now you have counted as your first double crochet and your second, and you're going to do 1 more double crochet, and then now you have your first cluster. So then you're going to chain 1, do 3 double crochets. And that's your second cluster, and now you're going to chain 1 again, do 3 more double crochets. And you did your next 3, and you're going to chain 1 again. When you chain 1, you're creating the corners. So you're going to do 3 more double crochets, and then you're going to chain 1. So now you should have 4 clusters. When you pull this to tighten your ring, to close the gap, you should have everywhere you chained 1 is a corner. So you just finished chaining 1, and now you're going to slip stitch into the top of the 3rd chain where you started, and now you have your first row done. So you're going to chain 1, and if you're changing colors, you chain 1, cut your yarn, leave enough to weave in, don't cut it too short, and pull your yarn straight up. So now you have the first row. Now we're going to do this again, but with a different color. So pick a different color. Alright, so with your next color, you're going to make a slip knot. So take your 2 pieces of yarn, go like turn it once, pull through the yarn attached to the skein, put your hook in, and tighten the loop. Now that that's on your hook, you're going to go to what you just did, your first round, and you're going to find a spot where you chained 1. So right here, basically every cluster of 3 you chained 1. So in this gap, and a chain 1 gap could be any chain 1 gap, put your hook in, and you're going to slip stitch your yarn, pull your yarn through, pull your yarn through, and now you have your new color attached. So the next 4 spaces we go into are going to be corners. So you're going to chain 3, place 2 double crochets in the same spot, chain 1, place 3 double crochets in the same spot because we're creating a corner. So now you should have 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the same spot, and then you are not going to chain 1, okay? Don't chain anything. And into your second chain 1 gap, you're going to do the same thing. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets again, just like that. And no chaining between these corners, okay? And you're going to do the same thing in the last 2 spaces. So 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the last 2 spaces, and meet me back here to join. You've placed the last 2 corners, and now you're at the end of your row. You're going to put your hook into the 3rd chain of where you started and slip stitch to end your row. Chain 1, cut your yarn because we're going to change colors again. Pull your yarn through, and you got your first 2 rows done. So let's pick out our next color. Pick this color out, and you're gonna join it the same way you joined the last color. So make a slip knot, put the slip knot on your hook, pull tight, find a corner space, so right here, insert your hook, slip stitch your new color on, and now we're going to begin again. So this one's going to be a little different because now we have side spots, but I'm going to show you what to do. So since you were slip stitched into a corner space, okay? So in every corner space, you're doing 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in every single corner space. The only thing that's different is the side spaces. So start by doing a corner space, chain 3 to start, double crochet 2 because your first chain 3 counted as a double crochet. So double crochet 2, chain 1, double crochet 3 times in the same spot, and then you're going to not chain, don't chain anything, and in this side spot, the spot right here with no chain, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And that's all you do in the side spots. So now you're onto a corner. Between the corner and the side spot, there should be no chaining here, okay? So then you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. And then you're to another side spot. You're just going to put 3 double crochets. Alright, so the rest of this row is the same, repeating, doing your corners in each corner and sides in each side, and then meet me back here. You just finished your row, so now you're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 to finish off. Chain 1, cut your yarn because we're going to change colors again. I need a new pair of scissors. Pull your hook straight up and pull. So now you got your first 3 rows done. So you're going to pick your last color before your outline color, so your 4th color, and you're going to do the same thing you just did. So slip stitch or slip knot, find a corner space, slip stitch into it, chain 3, and then you're going to put 2 double crochets in, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And then you have, the only difference in this row is that you have 2 side spaces now. So you're going to put 3 double crochets in the first one. And then you're going to put 3 double crochets in the next one. Okay, so for the rest of the row, you're going to repeat yourself. So do what we did in the corner, but in each corner spot, and then do 3 double crochets in each side spot till you get back to here. Alright, we're done with our 4th color. So you're just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, chain 1, cut yarn. Alright, and if you notice on our example granny square, we do 4 colors, and then we have our outline color, which for me is this like cream color. So we do 2 rows of the same outline color. So for me, it's this cream color. So we're gonna do exactly what we've been doing this entire time. So basically, this row you just did, you're doing 2 more rows with this color, okay? So this is pretty straightforward all the way around, but when you get back to here, come back to the video, because I'm gonna show you how to end this row and start the next one, because we're not cutting this yarn, we're using the same color for the next row, so it's gonna be a little different than what we've been doing. So go ahead and do this whole row, corner stitches in each corner, side stitches in each side gap, and meet me back before you join. Okay, so you got to the end of your 5th row. So what you're gonna do is slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 you started with. And then instead of fastening off, you're gonna chain 3. And that chain 3 is gonna be your last double crochet when you get back around here. So just ignore it for now. And you're gonna go into your corner stitch. Now, ignore that you just did chain 3 and do 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Alright, so you just did your corner stitch, and then you have this chain 3, and you'll get back to that at the end of the row. So go ahead and do the rest of the row in this color, doing the same thing you've been doing, and then when you get to this last gap, I'll show you how to finish the square. Okay, so you got to the end of your row. Now we kind of have this like awkward chain 3 you started with. So what you're gonna do is, instead of doing 3 double crochets in this spot, you're gonna do 2. And this chain 3 is gonna count as your 3rd one, because you're gonna slip stitch into the top of the 3rd chain. So it all evenly looks like the rest of the square. Chain 1, cut your yarn with scissors that work, pull your hook through, and you've finished your square. So now we have to do the dreaded part of weaving in ends. So flip your square over. You have a bunch of these colorful ends. Now you're gonna take your crochet needle and you're just gonna weave in your ends. So I'm gonna show you how to do one, and then you can do the rest. So I just usually start in the middle, and you just kind of pull that circle, put your yarn through your needle, and then you just want to get close to your granny square and just start weaving the needle. There's not like a perfect way to do it. You just start putting the needle in, pulling, and you kind of just do it until you feel like it's in there good enough. So I usually do it a couple times, and then I just cut the yarn off. So you're going to do that with every single strand until they're all weaved in. Okay, once all your ends are weaved in, you're going to repeat this process until you have 5 squares. So do it 4 more times till you have 5 squares. That's how many you need for the top. I'm going to show you, we're going to lay them out to single crochet them together. So let me show you how to lay them out. So first you're going to take them and you're going to put them face down, wrong side up, okay? Take the squares, make sure they're all facing right side down. Then you're going to turn them all to kind of have this like diamond shape, okay? Then you're going to make a row of 3 with your diamonds. Bear with me, I'm trying to work on this tiny table. Make a row of 3 with the diamonds touching, okay? Then you got 2 left, so you just slide these 2 in these little spots. There you go. This is the shape you should have. Wrong side facing up, okay? Now, we are going to single crochet all these together from here. I'm going to show you where we're single crocheting. Here, 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 and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, that's it. So you're going to take your yarn, and here's how you kind of keep track. So you're going to make a slip knot, put your hook in the slip knot. So you're going to take your 2, oh my gosh, oh, I hate when this happens. Okay, so you're going to take the two pieces you're connecting first, and you're going to take them, and this is where we're connecting, so you're going to grab, lift like this, and then you're going to connect it wrong side, okay? Connect it right here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so you got the side you're connecting. You've already slip knot your yarn on. You're going to put your hook into this chain 1 gap on both of the corners. And you're going to pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through both loops. It's a single crochet. So you're going to keep them lined up, put your hook into the next stitch in the front square and the stitch in the back square, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And you're going to keep doing this, basically single crocheting both together all the way across. Now keep them aligned, and we're doing this on the wrong side because the seam will be on the inside of the top and it won't be visible, so it's going to have like kind of like a seamless join. It'll make more sense when we're done, but go all the way across the side you're attaching. Alright, once you get to the corner and you finish your corner, you have that whole part sewn together. This is how I keep it from getting confusing. So I just finished one, you're not tying off, keep your hook on there, flatten it out, lay it back down on your top, and figure out what you're doing next. So this is connected, the next one is this one. So you're going to pick it up like you did your other one, and you're going to keep going. And then again, you do the last corner, and then go ahead and lay it back out. Make sure it's wrong side up. Oh, I was going to say something didn't look right. Lay it back out how you're supposed to, and then you have your next side. So this is the next spot you're going to do. Pick it up, attach it. So you finish attaching that one, you lay it back down. You got to attach this last one here, pick it up, and then attach all the way across the last spot. Alright, once you're at the end of this one, chain 1, and go ahead and cut the yarn off. Now you've successfully attached your top together. So now we're going to do the last like round of granny stitches. So what you're going to do is flip this so you're not looking at the seams and you're looking at the top part that people will see when it's on your body, the front. And then you're going to go all the way to the corner, this corner right here, okay, this corner, and this is where we're going to start our last row. So go to this corner and attach yarn into this corner stitch. Alright, so now that you're in this corner spot that I told you to start in, you're going to insert your hook, attach your yarn, and we're still using our outline color for this last round. This just kind of pulls the whole thing together and makes it all more connected. So you're going to chain 3, and you're going to do a corner stitch in this corner, okay? So 2 more double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, all in the same spot. And then you're going to keep working all the way around. So in each of these spaces, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and go ahead and do that until you hit where you joined your 2 squares, and I'll show you how to deal with this. So in each of these gaps, do 3 double crochets. So now you're in this spot where it's not really clear. So for this spot, you're going to do 3 double crochets in this corner space right here of this granny square. And then if you see where this granny square is right here, this is the corner. You're going to do another 3 double crochets here. And it should look like this. So that's how you handle the sections where the 2 granny squares are sewn together. That's what you do. Now we're going to keep going, putting 3 double crochets in each spot until you get to a corner, and you're going to do a corner stitch. Alright, so now you're doing the corner stitch, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Now, you should be at the top right of your top, and now we're going to work down here, And then you're doing the same thing, 3 double crochets in each spot until you hit this little divot, and I'm going to show you how to handle this section. Alright, so once you get to this cluster spot right here, you place your 3 double crochets in this spot, and then your next spot is kind of all combined together. So what you're going to do is, see this square, this corner spot right here, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and you're going to ignore this corner spot and this corner spot, okay? So just do 3 double crochets in this corner spot, and then you keep going. So 3 double crochets in this space right here. So it's gonna be a little different than what we did everywhere else because it's this top part of your top. So there should just be one cluster here. And then you're gonna keep doing what you're doing all the way up here and then back down here to the side. So you've worked the top of your top and then down the side, and now you're to the same spot you had on the other side where there's 2 joined together. So you're going to put 3 in the top of this corner stitch, and then without chaining you're going to put 3 in the top of this corner stitch. And then you work the rest of this square the same you would any other square, normal 3 double crochet clusters, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in each corner. But when you get back here to the bottom, you're going to do the same thing you did here. So I'll show you how to do that. So go ahead and work this spot here to here and then stop when you get here. We're down to that spot. Now this is the bottom of our piece, okay? So you're to this like weird little section where it kind of goes down. You're going to do the same thing you did on the top. So just do a 3 double crochet cluster in the top of this corner right here. And then keep going. Put your next one in this space right here. Okay, so all you have left is to the top of this corner down here, and then you're doing the same thing. Just put 1 3 double crochet cluster right here, and then work your way back up, put a corner, work your way back over here until you get back to where we started. Alright, you get to the end of the row, slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 you started in, chain 1, cut your yarn. Oh fuck, I cut the wrong thing. Why do I do that? Okay, so you pull it in and there is your last row. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. So now I want you to go through, before we keep going and we do the straps, I want you to go through and weave in all the ends that we've created from attaching everything together. So weave all those ends in, and then we'll do the straps, the tassels, and then you're done. Alright, time for the straps. So everything is weaved in. Move your piece to where you've got 2 squares on the top and 3 on the bottom. And now we're going to do our top straps. So go to the top right corner. This is where you're going to put the first top strap. And all the straps are the same length. So I'm just going to show you how to do the first one, and then I'll show you where to put the next 3. So first strap goes in the top right corner. So insert your hook. I like to single crochet. I just feel like it's a little tougher. And then you're going to chain 70. Alright, once you chain 70, cut your yarn, pull it through, and that is your first strap. So you're going to do the same thing, chaining 70 here. So these are your 2 top straps. And then go to the sides of your piece, and you're going to do the same thing in this corner and the same thing in this corner. So you should have 2 on the top, 2 on the sides. The top ones go around your neck and the side ones go around your back. So 4 straps total. So go do your straps, and then I'll show you how to do the tassels and you'll be done. Alright, so for the tassels, you can use something to measure or just go off vibes, but I like to do about 12 inches. Okay, so for each tassel, there's only 2 strands of yarn. So pick 2. I think I'm gonna do cream, my outline color, and then maybe one of my inside colors. I don't know. I don't think I have enough to do all cream, so I'll have to do a couple of colors. So you do about 12-inch strands. When I say about, you can really tell I'm not making sure that this is at all exactly 12. So you got 2 roughly 12-inch strands. Okay, that is 1 tassel. So I'm going to show you where we're putting the tassels, and then you can have at it. So take your piece. Okay, this is the top and this is the bottom. You're going to go to the bottom all the way to the left, right here. This is the left side of the bottom. You've got your side strand here, strap. Okay, so here's your bottom. So you're gonna put tassels in all of these gaps. So the first one you're gonna put in right in the gap underneath your side strand. And the way you put the tassels in is you take the 2 straps, fold it in half. Okay, here's the loop you just made. Put your fingers in the gap, pull the loop through. Okay, put these 4 strands through the loop like this. Ignore my cat scratching the door. Pull the strands through the loop like this and pull tight, and that is 1 tassel done. So do the same thing on all of these gaps until you hit your other strap on the other side. So it's just the bottom half of your piece, and that is it. That is the end. After you're done with your tassels, you're done with your top. It should look something like this. If you're planning on posting your results, tag me on Instagram, okay? If you're posting your results on Instagram, be sure to tag me so I can see how it turned out. If you had any problems along the way, let me know in the comments with as much detail as possible so I can try and help you figure out what went wrong. If there's anything else you want to see me make, or you need some ideas on what you can crochet, or maybe some free patterns, check out my other videos on my channel. Subscribe if you thought this video was helpful, and other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!